The crib keeps women off of the street and out of dangerous situations and keeps mothers and children together permanently.
The thing that I'm most afraid of in life is to lose my daughter.
My dream to start the crib was born 14 years ago when I was 17 and I gave birth to my son Joshua. And I had a really supportive family. And even with them, it was probably one of the scariest, loneliest times of my life.
You know, you never think it's going to happen to you. Like, you just don't think it's going to happen.
The crib is structured to be an extension of programs that already exist. Currently, there's a lot of maternity homes, and maternity homes will take a woman while she's pregnant, and they'll keep her for 3 months up to maybe a year after the child is born. And that doesn't give them enough time to really get on their feet. What's happening is the women are completing the programs, but they're basically ending up back in the situations where they started. So they're ending up back on somebody's couch. They're ending up back in an abusive relationship because there's no low-income housing.
I just didn't know what to do. There's all kinds of thoughts racing through my head. Like, how would I take care of the baby? What would I do?
What too often happens in these cases is that the woman loses her child. And now her child is in foster care. And the cycle continues.
I'm most afraid as a mother not being able to financially provide for her, not being there enough for her. Like having to work and having her to be at daycare or an aftercare program, not being there enough to spend time with her.
We're basing the curriculum for the crib in what is really the latest cutting-edge brain science. And what we know is that when a mother and a baby are gazing at each other and having these little attachment dances that they have throughout the day, the baby or the child is downloading from the mother her social emotional brain functioning. Her programs are wiring up that baby's brain. And so the most crucial aspect of healthy parenting is the ability to just be present.
Childcare, after school care, I was working 65 hours a week to do that. And then it was taking time away from him. So I had to cut back, and then I had to rely on my mom.
It does get hard sometimes not having time to myself and having to be the only one here for her. Financially, emotionally, and physically.
What the crib provides is 2 years for the women to get back on their feet, to learn job skills. We teach them budgeting, we teach them parenting skills, we teach them life skills, we teach them about art.
Anything that engages the right hemisphere, which is that emotional, imaginative, relational realm, which is where babies live, will help cultivate that presence that the young moms really need to give their babies and their children the best start.
It's a really well-rounded program to help women get on their feet and live lives that they want to live.
We moved around a lot. My parents are both into drugs, and it was just hard going from different schools to different schools and always living in a different place.
I haven't seen my dad since I was 5. It was rough. My mom had a lot of abusive boyfriends, so I grew up around abuse my whole life. And I was in a group home from the age 16 to 18. Then I went back home, and that's when I became pregnant with my son at age 19.
I want to go back to school again and maybe do nursing or a teacher, like a preschool, kindergarten teacher, because I love being around kids.
I would love to be an attorney one day, and I think I would actually be really good at it.
It just makes me feel like the daughter that I've always wanted to be but didn't know how to be. I'm becoming, and it's scary, but it's at the same time it's the most wonderful feeling I've ever had.
Programs like the crib have about a 95% success rate. That means the women that complete the program at the crib will stay off assistance. They will take care of themselves and their children long term. All these women need is a hand up. Please help us give them that hand. Every dollar that you donate makes a long-term, generational difference for these women and children. And I want to thank you for every dollar that you donate, and I want to thank you for helping us make a difference.